Hey Scrappin' Ames fans, welcome back to another process video. Today I have this pocket page spread for you using some of my April Kitaholic kits, using up some pocket page cards and some embellies from that kit. I think most of them are the printables for that kit. Anyway, so I am starting on my title card here, which is just a pink, I think it was a 4x6 Project Life or Pocket Page, whatever you want to call it, card from in the kit. And what I decided to do, it is pink, and I was happy to bring in some tones of pink for this layout, but I just thought it was too pink. So to give it a bit of something extra, I guess, to tie it in a bit more, I have used my Distress Oxides in, I think it's Faded Jeans, and can't think of what the green is, through this little mini stencil that also came in the kit, and I'm trying to do a bit of an ombre type effect between the two colours, just using individual daubers sort of thing, and I was really happy with the way this turned out, actually. And just giving a bit of ink to those edges, just to tie it all in a little bit. So I've mixed both, obviously, the blue and the green there. I just felt there was something needing around those edges. It was just, I liked the pink, it was just too pink, really. And now I'm just using some of these Kaisercraft die cuts, which I have to admit, when we first got them, I thought, oh, I don't know how I'm going to use these. They're quite Australiana themed, with lots of the native Australian bushes and pictures of Australian animals, but I've managed to use most of them up, which I was really happy with, because I'm not sure how much I would use them. But this layout was perfect, being that we were at a zoo with a mix of Australian and other exotic type animals, but nonetheless it was outdoors, and yeah, it worked. So I'm just creating a little cluster down the bottom. I didn't really have a huge plan going into this spread. It was kind of just going to see where everything took me, really, using up some of these pieces. Alright, I'm back. Sorry, I had to quickly put the mic down. Yeah, so just working on that cluster. This, as I said, is my title card. So I will put the title on here shortly. And yeah, really just trying to use up some pieces from this die cut pack. So the spread itself, like the colours in the photos, are obviously quite vibrant greens, and there's some blues, but also some subtle tones of pink with the shirts that the clothes the kids are wearing and things like that. So I was able to bring this pink in that way, and I really wanted a title card that popped away from the rest of the photos, basically. And here I decided to add a doodly border, just because I thought I don't know, it just didn't seem grounded. I don't know if it's the pale pink maybe and the Distress Oxides together. I thought the inking the edges would do that, but it didn't, so I just did a little thin black border with my pen around the edges. Now this card becomes, I think it's a filler card, so I am just going through all the printables for the month that was for April, and just basically finding some that I wanted to kind of layer up a little bit on this card, just to create that really nice sort of decorative type card. And as you can see, fussy cutting, and if you've seen some of my other videos recently, you've noticed I've been getting into the fussy cutting. I hate fussy cutting. It's not a thing that I've enjoyed. I cannot cut straight. That's pretty much the reason why, but I'm kind of getting past the need for it to be perfect, which is important. I really liked how this little filler card turned out. There were some really great pops of colour on it. And just sort of the design element, I guess, that I went for with like the flower here, with the leaves overlapping and stuff like that, it didn't stuff up. It worked really well. Now, I do put these down with wet glue basically because I thought it'd give me a little bit of freedom of movement if I wanted to before it stuck down permanently. I could move them around a little bit if I needed to get them into the right position or angle on this page, or on this card, sorry. And fighting with my glue, yet again, story of my life. I just really need a good adhesive glue. I used to use the Kmart just normal PVA craft glue, but I was looking for something a little bit more hardy, I guess. And as you can see, the leaves will go off the edge there, and I trim them off anyway. And that's fine. It took me a long time to work out it was okay to cut things in half like that, or trim them down a little bit. I never would overlap things, and it gives it a different kind of look as well when it's trimmed a bit off the edge. So here, just adding looking for different colours to add. There were dark blue flowers that I did like, but they were just too dark against the dark blue of that background card. So I've added some different, like a lighter blue, and then that orangey colour, orangey red, I guess, and then the pink stars. I knew something was missing from there, and I just wasn't sure what, and then kept rifling through the printables and found these pink stars. So I thought that would tie in with the title card really well. When I do a project life spread or pocket page spread, whatever you want to call it, I do try and make sure things are cohesive. Even if it's just the one page, I still try and make sure things are cohesive, like with colours and, same tones and things, just so that there's that, when you're looking over the page, your eyes aren't sort of drawn to here, there and everywhere. It kind of all looks like one story, if that makes sense. That's just the way I see it anyway. Now I'm just adding some little words there, or phrases, and I popped them up on some craft foam just to give a little bit of interest and dimension to that card, because everything else was sort of laying relatively flat. And as I said, I really liked the way that turned out. The colours all mixed well together. It really just gave a nice pop. And this card here now I'm working on is going to be my journaling card. But I am decorating it a little bit. I couldn't decide at one stage which pocket page card I wanted to use for this. There was a couple of different ones in the kit, in the printables, that I kept going between. In the end, I picked this one. It's got a nice little kind of, mixed media type, multicoloured type edge to it, but then the centre is white. So it gave me a bit of opportunity to sort of bring in some different elements, as you can see. Using up more of those die cuts. And finally made a decision and going with that leafy look. So I do like how this spread turned out. I find it looks really fresh. I think the colours in it just ties in well with the photos and that sort of nature type theme, I guess. It was kind of refreshing. So just going to pop my journaling on here, which I don't think I make you watch. There you go, all done. Nice and easy, only a couple of pieces to that card and it was finished. So as I said, it was quite simple. now I'm going to go through and do some embellishing on my photos. Sometimes I do this and sometimes I don't. It just depends on what the photos are like. And the photos in this in this spread overall are our day at the zoo, but tell different little stories, side stories kind of to that. So for example, this photo here, all the kids got to have, we got to come up close and personal with a dingo from the park, which the kids absolutely loved, and you could have your individual photo with them and things like that. So we got a group shot of all the kids here. So yeah, that was just something, a little bit of a side note to our day out, which, you know, is really important to document, you know, when you're looking back later on and be like, what happened here? Yeah, and we can, it's kind of like a sub-story to the day. So we just had Mother's Day here today. It's Sunday the 10th here in Oz. So anywhere else that's celebrating Mother's Day, happy Mother's Day. And any of the lovely Aussie peeps out there, I hope you had a lovely Mother's Day with your, whatever your babies may to be. So whether fur babies or human babies. Yeah, I hope you got spoiled and had a nice relaxing day. If you got any crafting in, go you. But yeah, I hope that's been good. You know, even though the fact that we're somewhat still isolated from everyone, but yeah, we'll get there. Where have I gone? Getting the other photo. Oh, this was really cool. We got to come up close with some lions that were at the zoo, and they were so tamed. Like the zookeeper was so great with them, like patting them and roughing them up, and they would follow him around up and down the fence and things like that. It was so good. Was it just one male and like 2 females, I think? Actually, I think they might have been siblings. Oh, excuse me. But it was really awesome. Never really ever have come up that close with lions before, so it was so cool. Really cool. All right, so this is my spread completed. Some up-close rolling photos for you. You can see the different colours and things that were in that in the spread. So, and here's some still shots. So I do hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope the week starts off well for you, being this one will come out on Monday. Yeah, enjoy the rest of your week. I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.